welcome. The next project for today is I've got a cousin that the same cousin that I get all the wood from. Just upgrading his stereo a little bit and making a new left and right speaker, and building a nice little subwoofer box for his subs. And yeah, so here we go. Alright, so now that I've got everything cut out, I'm just ready to go. I went ahead, I can't remember if I filmed it or not, but if I did, I'll include it here. But I just rounded over all the edges and rounded over the backs of the baffles and rounded over all the braces as well, just to mitigate as many standing waves as possible when it comes to the interior resonances or interior sound. So got that all done. Just gonna glue everything up, get everything all put together, and then yeah, so here we go.
So all done here. Got everything all built. So pretty much to explain, this is just going to be a typical mid-tweeter mid. I'm using the Dayton Audio RS150-4As, 150p-4As. They're a paper Kevlar glass mix. And then for the tweeter, I'm using the XT25, and there's 3 variants, and I cannot remember. I think it's like a C90, C60, or C30 or something. It'll just be mid-tweeter mid. I'm gonna do the crossover at 2500 hertz. I'm just getting generic pre-assembled crossovers that are really basic, so these aren't going to be tuned to perfection, but to the untrained ear they're probably going to sound pretty stinking good. And this mix has worked pretty well for me. These are actually coming from an old build I did with the Mini Cooper. Here's a subwoofer using a design that I've always used. I've always really liked to use if I'm having more than 2 drivers, is doing a dual opposed or quad opposed or whatever. Since this is for my cousin, he's got a couple of car audio subs that are the Scar XVF 12s. So trying to build this box as strong as I can, and not using screws because I think glue works as good if not better than screws, and I don't really want to use screws on this because finishing it and painting it will be fun with that. So there's a lot more other skills out there that I need to learn, but just building this to the best of my knowledge, and it's going to be strong enough. And I'll eat my words if it's not, so we'll see. But yeah, the only other issue that I'm going to run into, and this is only because I've designed my braces backwards. I meant for them to be able to go in like this, so the holes are all going through like that, and kind of running low on wood. So the braces actually match these side panels. So just went ahead with these, just put them in sideways. I mean, braces are braces. It will be plenty rigid enough, and that's that. And the only thing that I'm gonna have to worry about is getting this guy, because the terminal cup I've got going in there, I'm unsure if it's gonna be hitting that, and if it is, I'll just take a Dremel, or I'll take probably my I've got another router. I'll just drop in there and just shave it down until that until the terminal cup fits, and then bada bing, bada boom, it will be pretty good. I'm just gonna get a little bit of extra glue up in here since I wasn't able to glue it complete because I have practically 0 tolerances on this because I cut it all with the CNC. I know if I cut it with my table saw, like I've done years and years of doing, my table saw has a little bit of just the tiniest of, and yeah, I really like using the CNC. After years of doing it by hand, this is nice doing it this way. Just makes it nice and simple, especially having kids. So yeah, that's pretty much it. As far as this goes, the next step is going to be prepping it all out and painting it. I'm going to be painting them black because he's not too picky, and he said black was all right. So everything's all glued up, got it all taken apart. The only issue is with when I was putting in the program and everything for cutting everything out, I took their cutout diameter, and normally what I do is I'll because you need the radius of the circles when you're inputting everything, and normally I just take their number, put it in the calculator, divide it by 2, copy and paste that over, and then this time, in my infinite wisdom, I took it, I saw 11.001 or whatever inches, and just was like, oh yeah, half of that is 5, and just punched that in. And so now I've got a 10-inch circle and I need an 11-inch circle. So since I had an old subwoofer box that that fit those that had the same baffle cutout diameter for those subs, I just used those, traced them in, and gonna use this old, I've got a somewhere around here, well, I've got an old jigsaw, and got an old jigsaw with probably a really dull blade. I'm gonna use that and get that all trimmed out on both of these, and take my router and freehand whatever else I need to, and fix up this side right here. Fix up this side right here because I've got the terminal cups in. Everything's here and ready to go. Just gonna fix this up and get those bad boys mounted and be pretty much ready to go for sanding and filling in all the holes where all the nail marks are. And I might change my mind and not do that, but we'll see. boxes all painted, and I mean, the more you do it, the better you get. So they're all still drying. Gonna wait about a day, and then gonna get them all hooked up, and then they're practically done. The only other thing that I think I'm gonna do is get some spray glue and that mattress foam stuff, and get it into those guys since they handle higher frequencies, and this helps eat up all those interior resonances and everything, and doesn't make it all boomy, or I forget the colors of sound, and we don't want that. So